Yo, welcome to Threaded Journeys, a visual podcast on the progression of rugs I create and talks on random topics ranging from important to unimportant journeys of life and the act of shooting the shit. I am your host, Malcolm, and today's topic is traveling alone. Traveling alone is dope. It's so much fun. I went to Paris this past week, starting October 3rd and ending October 15th. I also went to Amsterdam the second week I was there, and it was a great experience. So let's talk flight times. Flight times from Miami International to Paris Orly was 8 hours, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I flew with the airline's French Bee, and they served a baked chicken with wild rice and a piece of bread. Holy shit. And a piece of bread with a little dessert, and I believe it was a cheesecake. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. But flight aside, I want to talk about airports. Let's point this out. Airports are like loading screens for video games. It's like this waiting destination for people who are excited, who are seeing family, people just waiting a vacation like I was. But the thing with me in the airports is the view, like the views I'm getting in my airport. Like, honestly, shout out to Dallas Airport. I think it was a cool vibe. I think it was a lot of lights. I don't know. It was just really big, just like most airports are with their different terminals and stuff. But it was just something about Dallas Airport that was just so cool and fitting. And honestly, shout out to y'all, because I'm from Houston, Texas, and you know, if you from Houston, you beef with Dallas for no reason. That just is what it is. When you hear Dallas, it's just like, F Dallas. But you know, as I get older, or as I've gotten older, I've come to really like Dallas because the skyline is not bad. Even though H-Town, that skyline has a very special place in my heart. Like, no bullshit. I love Houston skyline. But I digress. Landing in Paris, getting off at Orly, the first thing I wanted to do was figure out a SIM card, like getting an eSIM card. At first, I thought I needed a physical, but then I realized my iPhone doesn't take SIM cards anymore, so I had to get an eSIM. And getting the eSIM was very easy, very cheap, like very simple thing to do. Once that was out the way, I hopped in my Uber and I headed to my B&B. My B&B was right next to the Louvre Art Museum, where the Mona Lisa is held, and honestly, that was the perfect structure to be at for not getting lost, because I really don't get lost in cities. I've, growing up in Houston, the city area, greater downtown Houston, I was able to like get around like it was nothing. Or even if I were to go to New York, you drop me in a space, give me like 2 days, I can at least walk or travel like 2-3 miles away and know where I'm going by heart and how to get home. That's just how I am. But right outside my B&B was a cafe. It was so cool, and I heard a lot about the cafes in Paris. I heard like the espressos were second to none, like some of the best espressos in the world. And I'm honestly a coffee guy due to my profession being a chef, so this would be the perfect wake up for me as soon as I got there. So I headed to my B&B, dropped all my stuff, and went right to the cafe where they served me a €3 espresso. And honestly, it was great. It was awesome. Sugar in there and everything, mix it up. I don't know, you kind of feel bougie. That's the one thing about the Paris, I guess, lifestyle or visiting it. Everything just feels bougie. It's like you are the guy. You are rich. Like, I'm showing you right now. You ball on a budget kind of thing. If you go to the right spots, obviously. Also, I wanted to cook. I wanted to throw down some pasta, find some bolognese, shred some cheese on top, figure it out. So I walked around. I literally just made the block, the place I was staying, after I went back, took a shower, did what I had to do to get situated. And there was a grocery store literally right next to where I was staying. So I just walked in there. I'm looking around, looking at pastas and stuff like that. It was a little busy, and it was very small. But it had everything you needed. So I walk in and I find this pasta, and it was the Barilla. I don't know how to say it. I should look it up. Barilla, whatever. It's a standard pasta. And the guy came up to me. Some random guy came up to me. He was like, "Don't get this one." He's like, "Don't get this one, my nigga. I got you. I got you. Get this one over here. I could not tell you the name brand of it, but it was like in a white bag. It looked like it was from somewhere fancy. And he was like, trust me, I'm from Italy. We eat this stuff. We eat this stuff right here. You gotta get this one. So I was like, bet, like, cool. Like, so we start shooting that shit a little bit, talking about where we from, what we doing out here. And then, cool. After that, I bounced. I talked to the lady, in French. Hey, my French was my French was low key mid. I'm bonjour, how you say thank you? I'm already messing up. But I got my stuff, went back to my B&B, and I started throwing down that first day because I was really hungry and I just needed a home cooked meal because I really like to eat what I make because I didn't really experience the eatery out in Paris because I don't know. I just like to cook myself. So days go by, and really all I was doing was being more of a tourist in Paris, just to see the monuments, just to see all the beautiful architecture that was just going around. It's an amazing place to be, honestly. It is. It's very fun. But what really surprised me was everybody spoke English. This is why you should not listen to nobody online. Don't even listen to me right now because you're going to have a different experience if you decide to go. But online, they're telling you that everybody speak French. You gotta do it like this and da da da. Nigga, I walked in that whole just standing there. They table for one. Oh shit, this nigga might as well be from motherfucking America. She might as well be from America. Talking to me like this. Her English was good. But whenever you sit down and you order something, you say thank you, which is très bien, or something like that. She's like, no, it's mercy. I was like merci. She's like très bien, like you're welcome kind of thing. That's just about it of like the French talking experience of what I've got. But honestly, it was beautiful. It was great. I would definitely go back to Paris again to experience more, but I honestly should brush up on my own French so I'm able to mingle more with the locals and create more of a connection, a real connection with people. But skipping over to Amsterdam was this Amsterdam trip was the shit. Way better than Paris. I'm gonna just throw that out right now. And the main reason was because when I first got there, at the hotel, they're like, you can definitely like rent a bike and go around. And I was like 10 minutes away from like Amsterdam Central, but bike wise, bro, I was like an hour away. I was a few miles away. I was like, dang, like fuck it, So I went in. After I got situated for my day in my room, I went and I ended up getting a bike about maybe 2 days in because the area I was staying in was more like by a dock and by water, and I just wanted to kind of like get in the zone of what I do for like my artwork. So I definitely like went out there and sat by the water because it's inspirational. I was just on some different shit that day, those 2 days. So I give me a bike and I make my way to Amsterdam, an hour ride, and I'm pretty athletic, I'm like that, I'm no Michael Phelps on a bike, if you want to say that, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good on the bike. So I get there to Amsterdam, and the craziest thing is like there's cars on the street, and then there's a specified bike lane for everybody, and that bike lane can get packed. It's like you in Tour de France, like you there, like you in the thick of it. And then some people were like riding bikes that were so dope, like electric bikes and pimped out bikes. So I'm over here pedaling for my life, looking like a preschooler, while they over here seniors in this mug with their shades on, just looking fly as hell. I'm telling you, the bike life is so cool. But I get to Amsterdam, I'm looking around, and I'm just walking. Me, I'm a spontaneous guy. So if I see somewhere cool, we're going in there. And one of the first things I saw, it was this huge like record store where they sell like records, CDs, movies, but like all on DVDs. This guy had a huge collection. This collection was awesome. And if I would have found The Sopranos like as a disc set, I would have spent whatever on that. That's a classic. It's a classic show. I have to have that one. But movies and TV and music aside, I was walking and I see like a smoke shop. They got smoke shops out there, but I think they call them let me see real quick. Head shops. They call them head shops over there. And pretty much a head shop is a smoke shop. So I walk in, and all over the walls it's like different buds, and different like mushrooms and like telling you what they do and stuff like that. So I just went up to the counter and I was like, oh, like y'all got mushrooms? Like, let me get one of those and let me get an edible. Let me get like one of the weed edibles. He was like, cool, dope, whatever. Like, let me run you down on this though. You ever did mushrooms before? I'm like, nah, like no, and I'm lying because usually, I mean, I have done it before. I'm over here talking about usually. I have done it before, but you know, it was at way bigger doses and it wasn't what he was talking about because Amsterdam only sells truffles. So it's like, it's a mushroom, but it's not like the bigger ones, the magic mushrooms. People call them magic mushrooms. They're not like those. So the truffle was cool. I was like, let me get a truffle. How much is in the dosage? He was like, it's like 1.5 grams of psilocybin. 1.5 grams of psilocybin. So I was like, this is cool. This is perfect. I ended up eating the edible and the truffles together, even though he was like, just don't do that. You know, he was like, lay off on smoking because, you know, your stomach will start hurting and all this other stuff. But I wasn't really listening to him, except for he was like, just drink water, like all day, just drink water. I was like, that ain't no problem. You know, I'm already on that. I'm all watered up in this mug. So I end up walking, let's say 15 minutes go by, and you know, I'm looking at structures. I'm like, whoa. I go down to red light district just to get the feel. And, you know, it's daytime, but I went down there just to look around, you know, and I look off to the right and it's a coffee shop and I'm feeling like, you ever just been in a moment where you can like hear every thought in your head? Not hear every thought in your head, but you're acknowledging every thought in your head. I'm like, nigga, this is too much right now. Like, I need I need to take a break because I was just on this bike. I was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? So I went inside this cafe, and what I didn't know until I got in there, they infuse like weed with their drinks, and also they sell pre-rolls. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna get a pre-roll. It was only €5, you know, and I ended up sitting down. And it was kind of a big table with other people there, and there was nowhere else for me to sit. So I just grabbed the first empty seat I got. And then next to me, I overheard these people from America. They were speaking in English. I'm like, oh shit! Like, this is my time. This is my chance to be, you know, some type of human being with other people. So I was like, hey, like, what's up? Where y'all from? It was a couple. He was like, hey, what's up? Where y'all from? They're like, oh, we from Ohio and stuff like that. I was like, dang, what bring y'all out here? And then they was like, we here for our anniversary and stuff like that. We thought we'd just come out here and chill out, you know, smoke some weed. And I was like, that's dope. That's dope. And as we like having this good conversation, there's a dog underneath the table, a little cute little teen dog, little teenage dog. You know, they crazy. They do crazy stuff. And he was like forcing us to like give him pets, but that was gonna happen already. I was gonna pet bro and be friendly. So that's exactly what I did. And as I'm petting him, he runs over to the lady, like out of the couple, and starts like biting at her, like nipping at her and stuff like that. And she's like, all right, get off me, pretty after a little bit. So time goes by, we finishing up our conversation, and they're like, hey, you have safe travels, you know what I'm saying, you never know in this life we might see you again. And I was like, yeah, y'all be safe, it was nice meeting y'all. And then this dog, I opened up my bag to get my portable charger, and this dog was like looking at me, and then he ran up to like sniff to see what I was doing, because you know, when dogs hear anything bag related, they think it's treat time. So I'm looking at him like, nah, I ain't got no treats. I put my charger on the table, I put my bag down, I put it down for him to smell and sniff inside. Like, I'm no cap, bro, I'm no cap. So he's standing there on all fours like bro, like, you ain't got nothing for me. And I swear, like, this is when the truffles just started truffling. They started truffling in this bitch, because I look at this dog, and in my head I say, bro, sit down, you doing too much right now. Like sit down, you doing too much. I kid you not, this dog came up to me and curled up on like by my shoe, and it was like looking up at me like, what's my next command, bro? You are the leader right now. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, I'm tweaking. This is my cue to leave right now. I'm talking to a dog telepathically right now. It's time to go. So I get up, I get my stuff, because I'm not like tweaking out. I'm not like out of control. I'm still in control, because remember, I ain't take that much. It's only 1.5, you know, but the edible is kicking up more. It's keeping my sobriety intact right now somehow. So I walk around outside, you know, we back outside, and at this point it's like everything kind of vibrating, but the buildings and the structures are just so like, whoa, like this is so cool, bro. All the people in the bars and everybody just walking around being humans and shit, along with me being humans with these motherfuckers. I don't know, it was cool. But I ended up making it back to my bike, and this is where it gets like really weird. I get back to my bike and I'm pedaling back home. So I'm like 3/4 of the way home, and then I stop to take a break because my legs are killing me. Like I exercise, I do what I gotta do, but this was killing me. This is a whole 16-mile journey combined. Going there and back is a whole 16 miles, and I'm standing there, like I decided to get some water out of my canteen. I start drinking it, so I open the bottle up. I'm looking down and I look up and I look at the end of the road because I'm in an area where like trees are surrounding this bike path, so there is no like cars next to me. So this bike path keeps going just by itself, almost look like a dark like alleyway, but surrounded by trees. And I'm looking, and I see this big ass dog, like it was like white coat. It had a white coat, and then I noticed the tail. The tail was big too. And it was just, walking around sniffing stuff and then pissing on every piece of grass that it could see. And then it turns to the side, like it really turns to the side and just stands there. I was like, nigga, that's a wolf. What's a wolf? Nigga, that is a wolf. What am I doing? What is going on? Like, am I tripping? And I wasn't scared or nothing, but I had saw it like it was just standing around there. But I was like, damn, I gotta go this way. I don't know my way around. What am I gonna do? Go around, take the detour, and like take an extra 2 hours to get home or something? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna kill myself. So I kept riding down, and I was like ringing like the bell. It was like ding ding ding, like ringing the bell, and then he saw me and then like dipped into the brush, like he dipped back in there. So I was like, cool, like maybe he got scared, like maybe he not with his people. Wolves usually they in a pack, right? Like I can't be tripping. So I kept going, I kept riding, and then I heard the like once I got closer, I heard the bushes like rustle again, and I'm like, oh shit. So I like speeded up, and I turn around and look, like I look real quick on the bike, and this nigga was following me. And I'm not talking about running at me trying to get me. He was just like, jogging. Like this nigga was jogging next to me, because it's like, nigga, you not that fast. I'm a goddamn wolf. I'm big as hell. I'm bigger than your bike. So I'm like, cool, whatever. He following me. I gotta be chill right now, because honestly, if he wanted to kill me, he would have been killed me. So that's when I thought in my head, it's the truffles. They done got me out here thinking wolves following me and shit. What's going on, bro? What's going on? So he's following me for the last quarter of this ride, and right before I hit my B&B, I turn around again, and he was gone. He was completely gone. So I go ahead and I tighten up my bike, lock it up and stuff like that. But before I walked in, I was like, hell no, let me check around this corner real quick. I had to check around this corner real quick, make sure this wolf don't got no energy to open the damn door or something, and then walk into my room. Shit, he probably found a liking to me. Or, again, it was the truffles. But I promise you, this was the realest experience I've had when I've done like a hallucinogen, because usually when you see like a figure or animal or some type of person, maybe they might have an extra arm or something's off. Like, this shit not real. You know what I'm saying? This shit not real. It's because something's off. So I walk back into my room and I close my door and everything's fine. But the next day, once I came down and everything was cool and I was completely sober, I was just laughing my ass off, because I'm like, there's no way, that was a real wolf, first of all. And second of all, these damn truffles, So all in all, it was a beautiful experience. I definitely had other crazy days in Amsterdam, but to be fair, I was really in my stoner style kind of mode when I was there, because I go to the city, maybe drink half of a beer, which is like heavy as hell. I'm lightweight, so I'm just here for like an experience. So of course I'm absolutely toasted, and yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Had a great experience. I really give Amsterdam a 9 out of 10, and personally for this Paris experience, I'll give it a 7, mainly because I really do feel like Paris, you have to be up on your French to really like get this feeling of whatever Paris really is. I wouldn't know, because there was a language barrier for me. But the best thing I can say to do for me next time is get up on these languages. People respect that, and they see that you put in effort. But if you stuck it out for this long, I really appreciate it. This is just episode 1, and I got many more to come. And as this continues on, if you're watching, you will see that slow progression to these rugs will like start to appear, and like what I'm actually making is coming through the video and the podcast at the same time. So I really appreciate you if you made it this far. Yeah, thank you. You have a good one.